Hey there and happy Wednesday, everyone. It's card number 10 for the month of October, project number 10 that I'm putting together. So I got my hair done this morning so I could look better for you guys. No, but no, it's all about the cards, seriously. So what I'm doing today is giving you a sneak peek of the Eden's Garden products. And hi there, Diane. And so the Eden's Garden, if you get my monthly emails, I had a link that I had sent with the October email, just kind of as a little bit of info. Even though you couldn't get it, demonstrators can get it this month. Everyone else, regular customers, can start ordering it November 2nd. And I thought, well, that would be fun to play with Eden's Garden today. So when November 2nd comes, then you'll know if you are interested in the products possibly or not, or see them a little bit up closer than just a blurb or a picture. Hi there, Lois. Hi, Tori. Hi, Ginger. Hi, Diane. So with that, here's today's card that I put together. The paper is super pretty, guys. So I am going to do kind of a page by page. I'm trying to have the camera, I should do it when I turn it around, have the camera catch it, because there's lots of gold embossing on there and such too. And so that will help you get a better idea too of what is in there. So thanks, Tori. So I'm trying to get my iPad. I always feel like I'm distracted when I'm trying to get my iPad up and running, but it is now. So let me put that down and then I can see your comments. And especially today, I wanted it up and running because you might have questions, because this is a suite of products that is not in the catalog yet. So the suite of products here that I'm going to be working with will be in the January through June mini catalog, but they're letting us have it early starting November 2nd. So this is the card, so you can see it here. I'm using a couple, actually 3 of the papers, and pay close attention. Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Lisa, because I'm going to go through the products and then give descriptions about what's available when and what's not available when as well. So it starts out with a bundle. So you can see here, I always feel like the bundle is kind of the meat of the whole suite of products. So we have Eden's Garden, and you can see these different floral and greenery images and some really great sentiments here as well. And then after I'm done with my video and post the still shot of today's card, then I'm also going to send the link to the flyer, because I don't have a catalog, you guys don't have a catalog, so what we have is a flyer, and that will give you more information. It'll give you the images of the stamp set and the dies and the prices for everything too. Hi there, Kay. So here's the stamp set. And then the dies are called Eden's dies, and really, really pretty dies. So this one I pulled out because this is the one I'm using today. And then these neat little floral wreaths, kind of rectangular, a couple of those, some greenery here. And then this fits a sentiment, or it can just be used also as just kind of an embellishment too, to put your sentiment on top of that, as well as this. So I'm going to show you this one in action today. Now these products, like I said, you can get them November 2nd, but this particular bundle, when the catalog goes live in January through June, you'll be able to purchase this bundle in the catalog as well. So keep in mind. So now where it gets interesting is they have these beautiful gems, and these are called garden gems. And these are only going to be available while supplies last, starting November 2nd. So Stampin' Up! Has no intention of ordering enough of these beautiful gems. You can see they're kind of teardrop and then regular and kind of bluish greenish tint, but Stampin' Up! Has no intention of carrying these over into the January through June catalog. So I want you to know that. And last time they did a promotion like this, people kind of weren't on the same page, and they just assumed they could get it whenever, or that there'd be a lot, and they sold out within like a couple weeks. So keep this in mind. These garden gems are really pretty. So the color, kind of the theme of the suite, is soft succulent and evening evergreen. So even though it has kind of a fun bluish tint, the majority of the colors in here, because I never know how my camera's going to turn out for you, is soft succulent evening evergreen. So that's that for the gems. And then the papers. So there's two different types of paper. And like I said, all this information for prices and everything will be in the link. So wait for the link when I post the still shot of the card. So this is called cotton paper, and it is, if you've gotten Stampin' Up's cotton paper before, maybe you're familiar with it. It's very thin. It's almost like a tissue paper. So here's the soft succulent in the evening evergreen. And so it is like a little bit shinier on one side and a little bit more cottony on one side. 4 sheets of evening evergreen, 4 sheets of soft succulent, 12 by 12 in all of that. So that gives you a little information on that. So that's one pack. That pack as well, only while supplies last, starting November 2nd. Now this is where, oh, this stuff is so pretty. Hey there, Kelly. So what I'm using today are these two papers, and you hopefully, yeah, I feel like the camera's catching that really well. You can see that there's fun gold embossing in there, and then the back side, more of just a kind of a pattern. It almost looks like a clothing pattern, and then here kind of just a pattern as well. So kind of some soft succulent evening evergreen on those. And like I said, that's what I'm using today. And then what I'm not using today, and this is 12 by 12, some more of this kind of greenery pattern with gold foil, that side, and then just a splatter background here. And so this has more of a soft succulent background. This looks similar, but it has a white. So if you're like, no, you just showed me that. There is a little bit of a difference. So this has the white background with more greenery and some of the gold in there. Yes, Kelly, I love that you're getting to watch me live today. And hey there, Lisa. And then this is kind of a fun background too. So I'm holding it this way, but the design actually kind of goes at a diagonal and has some leafy figures to that too. And then we have this, which is just kind of looks similar, but a smaller version. So it just kind of like steps down. Greenery here with little dots and specks of gold embossing. And I don't know, because it's kind of tiny, maybe the camera will catch that. So that is that. And then this is kind of fun too, kind of an ombre of the evening evergreen to soft succulent to white. That's really pretty too. And when I see 12 by 12s that look like this, I think, oh, scrapbookers will be happy, because it's nice to see a big sheet like that looks like that. And then the last one has a lot of gold embossing with the greenery here. So we have this, and then on the back side, another kind of fun green pattern too. So if you love green designer series paper, this is a great packet. And I love that you can mix and match and coordinate all of these because of the soft succulent evening evergreen and gold that's going on. Hey there, Carol. I used to like not tend to go towards green things, and I feel like it's such a rich color that can be used for so many different things. So today I wanted to use a couple. Like I said, 3 of the papers I'm using some cotton paper, and then 2 of the designer series paper, and just highlighting that with a sentiment there too. So here is what I'm starting out with, is some white, and then the soft succulent. Like I said, here's the cotton paper, so a little bit like tissue paper kind of, and then I'm bringing in some evening evergreen, couple pieces of the pretty paper and some white. And then my card base today opens this way, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 of soft succulent. Okay, so what I think I want to do here is start with running it through my cut and emboss machine. And I'm just going to set my card there. And these 2 papers I cut, yeah, I did cut them the same size. So they are 4 inches by 3 inches. So I have those, and kind of will end up going and overlapping that way. But before I adhere this, I want to run this through and get that really pretty border, a nice run through to show you guys what that looks like. So I will line that up like here, and I want to get it kind of close to the top, and just put that down. And it's just a really pretty border. Thought about running it across the other way of my card, and actually having it just on the cardstock but going like this way, because I think that would be really pretty to have that border on there like so. But today I'm like, you know what, let's do this. Isn't that fun when do you ever have that when you run a border through and then like all the pieces just come out like that and you don't have to pluck a certain thing out at all? Like I'm looking, I don't have to poke a single one out. Love it when that happens, which is unusual. So that's the only die cutting that I'm doing for that today. And that was the hardest part for me to know which die to use and what, but I will use this again next month, so that will help you guys see more projects done with it too. And I'm sure if you're looking on Pinterest and that, you'll see anything, you know, and everything using this too. And I love how Lisa says green is next to blue, or close to blue. It is, like on the color chart it is. And so maybe us blue girls will turn into green girls. I highly doubt it. Once you love blue, you will always love blue or something. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just cut, use some of this ribbon, and this is the soft succulent, and it's that open weave ribbon. So it's got more of the soft succulent on the sides and more of sheer color in the inside of it. And I just kind of put that across my pattern so I get kind of a visual, of how much I need. So really I only need 4 inches, but I just want to cut extra. And then I'll bring out my scratch paper here and lay it down. And then I'm just going to run my seal adhesive kind of across the whole front of it so that I have adhesive all the way across there. Because this is so flimsy, it's not like cardstock where I can, yesterday I did a very similar belly band and I was able to just attach it behind each end and that worked out great. But with this, you kind of have to attach it, and you'll see I'm just going to cut off the ends. So I'm going to end up kind of tucking this under one of my layers. So I'm putting my ribbon at the top, and then on the back side, I can just go, okay, that's exactly 4 inches there. I'm just going to snip that right along the edge and snip this right along the edge as well. And then that's ready to go. And now for the rest of the assembly here, I'm just going to take my pretty papers, flip them over, and hi Jeannie, hi Missy. Oh good. Yeah, Jeannie, if you're getting this will be fun to have one idea right out of the gate to get you going. Okay, so this one I want to have close to the top so that the border shows the soft succulent card base underneath, like so. So I'll put that, and you can see there's kind of a fun stitched line all the way across the top, which is kind of a nice little addition. And not only does it like cut out some of those things, you can see like little slice marks for extra depth and dimension on there too. So just putting that ties those two colors together. And then I'm going to kind of eye this up and make sure that it overlaps with about that same spacing down there, and then that my sides line up, but I really don't want it to stick yet. So I'm going to kind of just put my scissor in there, and I'm going to add some adhesive to this. There we go. I want to get some adhesive going on here, and not doing a very good job of twisting it. Okay, so with this, then I'm going to just tuck this in between the two layers so that it all lines up on the side. And it's really quick and easy to do, I feel like, when I do it that way. So I've just got that cut there and cut there, and then it just kind of gives it a little bit of color variance, and then it adds some softness with the ribbon there too. So thanks, Tori. Yeah, it's so pretty. Like I said, it'd just be fun to do different edges right on the cardstock and even put the pretty paper behind that or something. So I'm really excited about it, that it is long enough. Here, let me get rid of the paper that I used. So yeah, it is long enough to go on the edge this way as well. And then for my sentiment kind of focal point of the card, I'm going to, I feel like this is looking really elegant. So I'm like, what can I put my focal point on today? And I thought, well, let's get out that elegant punch. And this is from the annual catalog, and it's part of a bundle there too. And I just thought this kind of tied in together with that type of edging to kind of highlight my my sentiment that way. Thanks, Sylvia. Yeah, I had fun playing with it, and I kind of just came up with my own thing, because when things are new like this, there's not always lots of ideas out there, so I just kind of didn't even look, and I'm like, let's just put something together. So now I should stamp, and I'm going to pull out my evening evergreen here, and that's the same color that I punched out this tag with here, and I pre-cut this to go across the front of that with just white, and Lisa's listening, so kind of used a little scrap or strip here, and this is 1.75 across by 1 inch that way. And the sentiment from the stamp set, Eden's Garden, I chose today Sending Hugs. So I'm just gonna center that in the middle of that piece there. You can see Sending Hugs, and you can see there was other options. I really like this one too. Dear friend, how are you? And just there's things for celebrating, like let's celebrate everything. Hello there, which a lot of you really like hello there cards and such. And you can see by some of the images, not the sentiments, but some of these images, they're distinctive. And when I say that in the catalog, whenever there's a distinctive, some of the images will stamp out darker than others. And that gives the images such great depth. And so when you look and you go, well, it doesn't really stamp out the same. It's not meant to stamp out all the same. It's supposed to give it depth. So when you stamp it out using one color, it looks like you kind of almost used 3 different colors. So I've got a little bit of glue from my ribbon stuck to my finger. I'm trying to get that off. Okay, so now I've just put this across there, and this almost gives that 3D effect of, it looks like I have a white strip with green across the top and green across the bottom, instead of vice versa having the white across the front there. And then I can just put this on with some dimensionals. So I'm going to use about probably 3 dimensionals here, regular ones, and then I want the top not to kind of bow down or anything, but it's smaller there, so that's where I get out my little tiny mini dimensionals, and I'll just put one of those here at the top, and that fits in there perfect, so that we have that supported, and it's not sticking out either, because it's just the right shape to fill that in. And then I can put this across the top here, and kind of just trying to center it in the middle, and also trying to center that cotton paper here, and kind of put that within that same kind of line up there, so that there's not so many lines for distraction. But I love how it pulls in some of this color here, and then still coordinates the bottom, and kind of transitions with the cotton paper to the top between evergreen and soft succulent. Now for the inside, I love doing fun things with the inside, and this one's going to be one of those cards where I don't attach the inside, just because when I send cards out to you guys as thank yous, I want you to be able to use them. And so the sentiment from Eden's Garden that I am using today says, my heart is tied to yours, tug if you need anything. And I think that is so sweet. But it's also a sentiment that you might not send to just everyone or use for just any occasion. And then I'm using one of these distinctive stamps from Eden's Garden, and you can see how I mentioned before, some of the images are darker and lighter because of the etching of the rubber in the stamp, how the artist has made that possible. So even though I'm only using one of the colors of ink pads, the Evening Evergreen, it kind of looks like I'm using a couple different colors there, just with one ink pad. So thanks, guys. Yeah, very elegant card kind of. And I just like the simple type front there. And I'm not going to, like I said, tape that in. So if you go, yeah, that's something I would not use, then you can just flip it over and tape it to the inside and use whatever you would like. But for those of you that say that is perfect, it's all ready to go, you can just tape it in like so. And then of course I need to embellish it. And so I'll highlight these gems a little bit more. The garden gems have, like I said, the teardrop, and then larger and smaller. The larger and smaller just regular rhinestones, but kind of taking on, I feel like there's a red, if you see a red reflection, I think it's because my shirt's maroon today and it's reflecting off of that with the light, because if I hold it away from me in the light, it makes it harder for you to see, but then it's all green. So I think that's kind of funny, but I want you to know that there's really no red to that. It's just picking up my reflection. So I'm going to use one of these teardrop images, and I'm just going to center that on the bottom here of my tag. And I didn't do a good job of centering, so kind of held it at an angle towards the camera for you guys, but then it makes it kind of like not easy to center for me. And so I have that. And then I'm just going to take a couple of these smaller rhinestones here and put kind of one in each corner as a diagonal there. So there it is, sending hugs. Yes, thanks Priscilla. Thanks Pam. Yeah, I think the gems in the paper are just so gorgeous. And that's why even though you can't order it today, you can't, like November 2nd, I won't say names, but I have a list of people that November 2nd, they're going to have me order this whole collection of products. So know that the bundle, which is the stamps and the dies, you can start ordering November 2nd, and no problem with getting them because they'll also be in the catalog January through June. But now this pretty paper will only be in the in this promotion. So this pretty paper here and that cotton paper and the gems, starting November 2nd, you can order the papers and the gems, but it's only while supplies last. These will not be in the January through June catalog. And I will put a link to when I post the still shot of card number 10 for October. Then I'll put a link to all the products in Eden's Garden with a flyer, and it'll show the images of the stamp set, the prices, the dies, the papers, everything, and it'll have the information as a refresher of what's available when and for how long, and I'll put that link with the still shot of the card. So there we have it. Card number 10. Whenever I get to card number 10 for the month out of my set of 10 cards or projects, I always kind of go, whew, I made it. And it's only October 27th. And so I will be busy finishing up card sets to get out for people that have ordered recently. And some of you will be getting the whole set of 10. Some of you will be surprised because I'll be sending like a 3-pack out for the larger orders that have redeemed host rewards because you made it your own party or something like that this month. So it's always fun for me to put on my audiobook or put on my Christian worship music and just craft away and get these cards going for you guys. It's a horrible rainy day. I'm also helping my middle son move out today, so I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. It's kind of exciting to see him. He's been working on his own place not too far away, and it's just kind of fun to see him excited about doing that today. He's helped out with harvest and it just didn't work for him to do that beforehand. So he bought a house and fixed it up and still needs to do some of that. But that's what I'm going to help him with as well when he returns back with my vehicle to help load that up again too. So you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining in, and I'll be back with you either November 1st or 2nd, maybe depending on how my week looks and how many cards I get out. So 1st or 2nd, I'll be back doing another live video with you guys. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.